Come on, let's get nuts.
Hello, children. What's happening, guys? Welcome to Film Junkee Live. Hump day. Let's get to humping. Huh? Don't go humping too much right now. At least take a break from humping. Let's talk some movies and stuff right now. Hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm doing this stuff. If you want to become a member, after this, we do a members-only stream every Wednesday, and, you can pick my brain a little bit more. And, of course, you got all the sock meds that are around me. You can follow me on Vero, Facebook, the Patreon. I posted a self-pod exclusive Patreon last night. You know, I get a little bit more ranty on those, and I think I had some things to rant about when it came to this week, right? I think so. And then, of course, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. All right, how we doing today, huh? Let's see, I'll make sure I got everything good. Okay, we're good. What's going on? We got James right here. What is happening? All right, happy Wednesday. Yes, happy Wednesday to you. Ben Affleck's Batman movie. Yeah, if only, but, we'll talk about that as well. What's going on, Nate? With how grounded the Reeves universe is, what are the chances Clayface is just a normal guy with a patch of clay on his face instead of having his powers? Yeah, but one thing about that, Nate, is there's more than one version of Clayface. Tet, what is going on? Hi. Well, yeah, Watchmen could be a long movie, but make sure you finish that. What's going on, Fear Jason? Always good to see ya. Kyle, yes, he did. We'll go over that when it comes to the tweets. Stephanie T, good to see ya. Oh, I know they're coming. And, a lot of those people don't like me, of course, too. Of DC characters. Huh? Whoa, I don't know why this little thing is popping up right here. It's happening again. I don't get it. So you can kind of see it in my little thing right there. I don't know why that. That's right. I said my little thing right there. Okay, let me turn that off. I don't know. It's still having this little pop-up problem that's going on with my chat. Not quite sure what's happening. Okay, who else we got here? What's going on, JD McGray? Good to see you. All right. Travis Gunn's got to go. Well, I think that's not going to be happening for a little bit. He's still, he's got that Superman movie, so, if he ends up going, it won't be for another 4 years. Hello from Vegas. Jealous! I love Vegas. It's been a while. I'm trying to remember the last time I went to Vegas. I think it might have been Thanksgiving, 2 Thanksgivings ago. That's not good. Miss Katniss, how you doing? Good to see ya. And we got Northman right here. I want to see this movie. It better be good. Whoa! And then he called me a hoe? God, how dare you, sir? I'm not a hoe. Just kidding. Hi-ho, Mr. Northman. Yeah, it seems like this movie's going to be getting hyped up like crazy when it comes to The Flash. And like I said, we're going to be talking about Ben Affleck's words that, of course, they're spoilery, guys. They definitely are spoilery, so. But, things that we already kind of knew. Things we already kind of knew when it came to this. What's going on, Ziggs? Good to see you. All right, we got Mr. Draga right here. Good to see you as well. God, this stupid thing. Why is it doing that? I don't know. We got Tiger right here. Would you choose the Batman Part 2 Killer Croc, Clayface, or Mr. Freeze? I was actually kind of feeling the Mr. Freeze thing, but I'm also kind of now feeling the Clayface thing a little bit. Sire, how you doing? Hello. How's it going? I don't think you do, but it's okay. I secretly love you. Don't worry. We have secret love for each other. Secret lovers. Okay. Why does this thing keep on doing this? I don't know. Alien sex love sounds. Dave, I need more Batfleck in my life. I can't wait to see Batfleck direct air. Yes. That's coming out what? Like I said, there's just movie after movie after movie that's coming out, man, and I love it. Absolutely freaking love it, so. I also think Man-Bat would be perfect for Matt Reeves. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Pulled off Man-Bat, but, we shall see. Who else we got here? We got Darkness. Under the Wind, Let's Get Nuts. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Emperor, how's it going? All right. We got Mr. Eric Hardboiled. What's going on? Does anyone like? Yeah. Well, I hope you do, Scott. I mean, I don't know what I'd do if I found out you didn't. Okay. Okay. Are you sitting in a hot tub? Yeah. Scott's on vacation up in the Smoky Mountains for the week. And everybody wish Scott an early happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Scott McClellan, who is my co-host on Batman Animated Stream. Happy birthday to you. It's his birthday tomorrow. Yay. So happy birthday, Scott. Happy birthday indeed. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself up there. We got Jeffrey Brooks right there. Good to see you. All right. We got Jedi MILF. Let's get the party started, huh? Hit that thumbs up like Mr. Everett says. All right. Who let's go? We got, oh man, this thing's still acting stupid. I don't know why it's doing that. We got Miss Saggy Melons right there. Good to see you, Saggy. Yeah, she recently had a stream that, or was it yesterday? Coming into the, defense of us right there. Word to the wise, you might want to turn the volume down just a little bit when you watch. If you're going to watch, turn the volume down just a little bit. Just kidding. Just kidding. Anyways, okay. What up, what up? We got UNTLD. Good to see you. All right. Did you see the cameo in Mondo? Are you talking about this recent episode? Because was there another cameo that I didn't notice in that? Because last week I totally didn't realize, that the what's his name, Ahmed, Ahmed or whatever the hell his name is, who played Jar Jar was the Jedi dude. I guess maybe I didn't catch the cameo that happened in here, or maybe I did. I don't know. But we'll talk about that. What's going on, Andre? Alrighty then. Let's see here. Let's get it on, Bry Man. All right. Okay, I think we got, Ahmed. There you go. Ahmed, yes. Ahmed Best. Yes, Ahmed Best. There we go. Yeah, I caught that last week, so I haven't seen Rebels. No, I haven't. I haven't watched that yet, so. Been kind of quiet? Well, maybe in your world, Cortez. In my world, it has definitely not been quiet. It's been kind of crazy, a little bit. But, what's cool, too, is, the fact that it took, a couple of few days. But, hey, apparently now all the, movie websites have been kind of pulling from the Zack Snyder vodka stream appearance that happened. So they've been pulling that, so that's been kind of cool. So, all right, good to see you, Clay Talion, and we got also Game City. You got Game City Savior right there, and Hide Your Auntie. I like that. I like your name right there. I like your name. Okay, so all right, guys, let's get the party started. We're going to be talking about Ben Affleck, what he said on a podcast, which is going to be a little spoilery. I'm just letting you know now. We're going to be talking about his what he has to say about that, because he keeps talking about that, and I figured, why not? Let's talk about that. We're going to talk about this news about Clayface and where he's going to be showing up, possibly. Jason Momoa has been talking about Aquaman and where he's going to be fitting, maybe, and then of course the confidence that he has, and then of course talking about The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 5. So let's get to the tweets, huh? Let's see what's happening in the Twitter world. What's going on in the Twitter world? We're going to be starting off because, hey, guess what, guys? Oh, the baseball season is starting. The baseball season is starting, and this has been pretty great right here. If you're a Giants fan, or possibly anybody who was around during the legacy of the Giants when it was 2010, 2012, and 2014, when they were world champions for those 3 years, Sergio Romano, he basically he was traded all over the place. Mr. Romo. I don't know why I said Romano. I don't know. Sorry, my bad. But Sergio Romo right here is he was a Giant during that time, great reliever and everything. And basically what happened was they decided to, he was going to retire. So he's actually retired. They gave him a contract to play one game with the Giants, so he got to retire as a San Francisco Giant. So, love that. And there's your baseball talk for right now. But I thought that was kind of cool that they allowed him to be a Giant, so that's pretty sweet. Oh, and then, of course, we got some David Ayer stuff, of course. David Ayer continues to keep on talking about the Ayer cut and what's all happening in there, because somebody asked right here, hello, Mr. David Ayer, can I ask you a question? Is it true that Bruce Wayne and Amanda Waller's meeting was a reshoot, or is it fake on social media? Hello. From Kakistan, and I believe that we fans will get justice and see your version of the movie. And David Ayer said, no, I shot it during main unit photography. So anybody who thought that scene between Waller, that I guess you could say post-credit scene between Bruce Wayne and Amanda Waller, that was not reshot. So release that freaking Ayer cut, man. Release that Ayer cut. And then, of course, David Ayer also released other things too that you'll see on the Twitter right now too. What's going on, Carrie? Good to see you, buddy. All right, continuing on, and here we go. So this person right here, Mr. Simba, he said, I am probably one of your biggest admirers, not just Suicide Squad, but all your movies in general. Grew up on Training Day and Fast and Furious. Yeah, we always forget that David Ayer, kind of wrote the first Fast and Furious movie. Of course, that's when it was good still. With my dad and Fury and End of Watch are definitely in my top 5 movies. Please, can you post some more unreleased Joker images? So he posted this one right here, but we kind of already seen this one. You know, we've seen this one a little bit, but it looks a little different from David Ayer, you know, but we've seen that image before, that look right there, but we have not seen this. There you go. We haven't seen this one right here. And again, this is at the end. This is at the end of Suicide Squad. We must not forget that the Joker was in the final. He was in that little final battle at the end of Suicide Squad. He's there. Look at it. I mean, obviously when the helicopter crashed or whatever the hell, you know, and then of course we saw him at the very, very end because we know he did in fact survive, but at the same time he was supposed to show up during that little, you know, final battle when it came to, you know, when it came to them and everything. So, but yeah, there's a shot of Jared Leto's Joker right there holding his gun to his face and laughing. Looks pretty sweet. And then even David Ayer said right here that that looks like the final battle set. Was he a part of the final battle? He said yes. But of course, we did not see that. So that's what sucks. We want to see that, dag nabbit. Okay, and then of course we had the Air premiere that happened last night? Was it last night? No, it was 2 nights ago on Monday night. Looking forward to seeing Air. Looks like a great Ben Affleck movie. Of course, Matt Damon also in it as well. And, hey, what's going on? We got Team JVS in here. What's going on, man? Samuel's here. But then we got Marlon Wayans right here commenting on... I always forget that Marlon Wayans is in this movie. I mean, Chris Tucker is also in it as well. I mean, there's numerous people that are in here, not just like the 2 like main leads, but we got it's a pretty stellar cast when it comes to this Air movie. But this is what Marlon Wayans had to say. Speaking of Ben Affleck's Batman.
How do you look at your director who's wearing a tracksuit from the 80s trying to direct you without laughing?
Luckily for me, my director didn't have that outfit on. My director had a T-shirt on showing his ripped muscles and strong back, so I was intimidated, so I had to show up and do...
So you're the Batman director.
Batman. And I really was on top of myself because I was like, I don't want my ass beat by Batman.
How do you look at your director?
Don't want your ass beat by Batman. So there you go. Forever be Batman right there. Marlon Wayans. And then we got some set images from Captain America New Order already coming about right here. Anthony Mackie. Oh, looks like he got his hand. He's got his arm in a little sling right there. I'm not sure what happened, of course. So... we got some images right there. And look at that! What? Oh my God. Liv Tyler returns. We already heard that Liv Tyler was going to be coming back. Of course, she was in the original Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton. But here she is again. She makes her triumphant return. So, there we go. She is definitely back. And then guess what's also coming back? Apparently X-Files is coming back too. It's in development by Ryan Coogler. What? Again, it's just like everybody wants to bring everything back and back and back and back. I mean, who knows if who knows if David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson's going to be involved with it? Probably a little bit, because why not? But naturally, it'll probably be just like a new group or a new pairing, a new duo or whatever the hell that is going to be doing some new X-Files. So, I love the X-Files. I've been loving the X-Files since I was a kid. Used to watch it all the time. So, curious to see what Ryan Coogler does when it comes to a new X-Files. I know, right? They need to bring back Edward Norton, don't they? Then we got right here, we got some Real Anarchy that's going to be happening tomorrow. That's right, Real Anarchy happening tomorrow, Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right, talking about, the DCU and everything like that with special guest, that madman, that troublemaker, that anti-Snyder shill of Warner Brothers, Stephen Colbert, is going to be on... It's going to be on Real Anarchy tomorrow. I don't know, Ben, if you're still out there, I don't know if you should have this guy on here. Apparently, I think, when it comes to Stephen Colbert, I think he's still, even though we've seen the Snyder Cut and we have a physical copy of the Snyder Cut, I still think he doesn't think it exists anymore. I'm just saying. I think he thinks it's fake. We've watched it numerous times. I can look at it right there, but I still think that Steven thinks it doesn't exist. I'm just saying. So hopefully you ask him the tough questions about that. Does the Snyder Cut exist? That's the only question I want you to ask, Ben, when it comes to Steven. Does it actually exist? Because I'm thinking maybe it doesn't. So the Yeti. And then look at this, guys. Okay. We could talk up and down about Keanu Reeves and not being like, okay, he's not like an Academy Award-winning actor, sure. And he does his thing. He knows his way. And we talked about it on Monday's Film Junkee Live, that Keanu Reeves removed like 50% of his dialogue from John Wick 4, which makes sense because John Wick is very, he's a man of few words. But when it comes to Keanu Reeves, this is where he shines. Again, 58 years old. The man is 58 years old, and this is what, and he busts his ass when it comes to the training right here. The guy is a sweetheart, and he's a badass. It's funny, too, because, obviously when it comes to what's going to happen with John Wick future, some people talk about how, there could be, prequels, there could be prequel stuff. What was John Wick like before he decided to walk away and fall in love and everything and get married? It'd be very difficult for somebody to fill those shoes, even though he's not wearing shoes in this video, but, he's just such a badass, 58 years old, my God. And then speaking of men that are pushing 60, we got some new Metallica that's going to be coming out tomorrow. Here's a little tease right here. That's right. Can't wait. Head rush. So yeah, Metallica fans, new Metallica, another single coming out tomorrow. Cannot wait. Fear Jason right here, putting Ryan and Andre and me. Maybe I should grow my hair out like that. No, I'm not gonna do that. That would be silly. But yeah, put us on the Con Air poster right there. So. And then look at this, this is what I love about Adam Sandler. Like when he goes to the premiere to his movies, he doesn't give a shit. I love this. Adam Sandler keeps on keeping on when it comes to his dress attire when it comes to premieres to his movies. He does not give a shit. He does not wear suits. He does not wear suits. He's just wearing a Knicks hoodie. Looks like he's got a Hawaiian shirt underneath and just like khaki pants. There's his wife right there who's like got a dress on and everything, but he's just like, whatever. He does not care. And he's wearing sneakers that are blue. Adam Sandler does not care, and I love that. I love that. No suits, no nothing. He is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Speaking of goats, we got this art right here from Juanjo Lopez. He put this cover right here. Apparently this was like cover of Dawn of DC, Superman #2, and that face looks familiar. Yeah, Henry Cavill Superman right there. That's right. That's pretty sweet. Like that. Totally like that. And then speaking of Keanu Reeves, see, we don't want to hear this kind of stuff. Dagnabbit. This is what, Man. It's disappointing a little bit because obviously we were all looking forward to the fact that Constantine 2 was going to be coming out with Keanu Reeves, but Keanu Reeves keeps on, when he gets asked about it, I mean, he just kind of goes, hey, we're trying. I don't know if it's going to happen. And it's like, yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like that got announced before the whole new DCU film slate and everything. And then, of course, but, you know, I just, like, I'm hoping, I'm like, hey, Jimmy Guns, can you keep some stuff in your Elseworlds section? Okay? It can't just be the Batman and Joker. We got to have some other things in there, too, all right? And you got Keanu Reeves, and, you know, he's going to be taking a break from John Wick, so, hey, let's get him back into the Constantine world. Why not? But, yeah, he doesn't know if it's going to happen, so keep on fighting them, and, you know, hopefully, because it was greenlit by Pamela Abdi and Michael DeLuca. They're the ones that push this thing forward, so hopefully it's still happening. And hopefully there's not going to be any conflict when it comes to what's going on over there. Just saying. But please, come on, please. My God. Hey, I posted another clip, guys. I don't know if, you know, the crazies, the loud ones that are... I think this one was straightforward when it came to Zack Snyder talking about you know, how proud he is of his Justice League actors, and then, of course, mentioned The Flash and Ezra, because, again, you know, these people with the Mandela effect, they kept on saying, why'd you ask him about The Flash? I'm like, I didn't ask him about The Flash. He just talked about the Justice League actors playing their characters and how proud he is about them continuing on and talking about that. So, you know, so I did that little clip. I posted that little clip right there. I don't think there's not going to be anything conspiratorial when it comes to that, I think, right? Because they're still tripping out about that one clip, you know, where it talks about selling the Snyderverse and James Gunn. They're still talking about it. But hey, what could he do? It's all right. I'll live rent-free in their brains. Anyways, we got Ben Affleck right here speaking some Spanish.
Gordo de la flaca, ¿cómo estás?
Gordo de la flaca, mentirosas. ¿Por qué siempre estaban diciendo mentiras? Tú no sabes nada, no es la verdad.
No me importa si estás gorda o flaca, tienes que decir la verdad. Gordo de la flaca, ¿cómo estás?
Ben's a badass, isn't he? My God. I'm half Mexican, and I caught like little words maybe right there, and I'm like, yeah, I just, one of these days I'm gonna just totally learn Spanish, big time. So Ben's awesome, right? Ben is awesome. And then of course I posted a clip about him talking about Sucker Punch, the the director's cut of Sucker Punch. Had to get that out there because I know some people are like wondering about that as well. And that was one of the first things we talked about when he first showed up on Friday was the Sucker Punch director's cut, which he talked about how there's some gems that nobody's seen. And then of course, you know, there's the hashtag. That was a fun hashtag. It's not one that everybody was pushing or anything like that. It was more just like a joke hashtag called Release the Snyder Punch. But hopefully he'll be able to figure that one out because he said he's still got to look into that. So, still got to look into that. Uh-oh, more trouble in Marvel. Ike Perlmutter, if I'm saying that right, the chairman of Marvel Entertainment, who has been with the company since 1993, has been laid off.
Get the fuck out!
Oh, boy. Shake-up still happening at Marvel, you know? And a lot of people are like, I saw a lot of people tweet about like, hey, it's about time. About time this guy got out of there, but yeah, he is gone. I mean, there's been some, it's interesting what's going on when it comes to Marvel, even Marvel Studios, but it's just, yeah. There's been some shake-up. I mean, the whole Alonzo thing has been crazy too. I mean, it seems like there's always something new that comes out to the point where I'm like, are you guys working out? I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even know what's going on with that. You know, it's like you got fired for buying a Ferrari. You got, you know, I'm talking about the Alonzo, Miss Alonzo, who got fired and she was blamed for the VFX stuff. Then people said she wasn't the problem when it came to the VFX stuff. And then she apparently bought like a Ferrari the day that she got it delivered to the studio the day of. And then there was a whole like, well, she pushed back because they didn't want to do any gay stuff or something like that. And she was like, how dare you, Disney, because of the whole like thing that's happening in Florida when DeSantis was saying like the don't say gay bill or whatever the fuck. It's all just craziness and I don't even want to delve into it because it just sounds like nonsense. But yes, Ike is gone. Ike is gone. But who is returning? Well, Karan Sani and Leslie Uggams. We know who they are, but Deadpool 3 will see the return. We'll see the return of these two characters. So we'll be good. We were kind of worried that they weren't going to show back up, but they are showing back up. Thank God. Thank God. And of course, Ryan Reynolds, BFFs, confirmed it. What the hell is this? My Adventures with Superman is moving to Adult Swim and will release this year. I could have swore that this cartoon series, My Adventures with Superman, I thought it was very much appealing to children. Why is it on Adult Swim? Or is discussing film just kind of messing up here? Because, I mean, I could see it moving to Cartoon Network, but I'm like, Adult Swim? Adult Swim, you know, you watch those cartoons, they're not going for children. Yeah. So I'm kind of wondering, like, when I read, I should look more, you know, deeper into this, but I just kind of went like, I could have swore that My Adventures with Superman was going to be more targeted to children, but maybe not. So it's going to be more targeted to adults? Not kids. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. Adult Swim. So now I'm intrigued. You know, it was going to be one of those things where I was like, all right, I'm not going to watch that. But now, Adult Swim's going to be targeted to adults? All right. Interesting. Guess we'll see. But I was like, that kind of like, that made me interested. So smart move, if that's the case. Smart move. That's right. Okay, so even Jake Quaid, who was in this, he's voicing Superman, right? Is he voicing Superman or? Yeah, he's voicing Superman. He said it's at Adult Swim, so that's interesting. All right. Yeah, it is kind of, yeah. I think we're all kind of scratching our heads, rubbing our chins about it, but all right, if I didn't see Jake Quaid's tweet, or Jack Quaid, not Jake, Jack Quaid, I didn't see his tweet, but if that's the case, then I will probably watch it. So I like it. So cool. Sell Superman to Adult Swim. Where's that poster or campaign? Sorry. Blue Beetle. The first trailer for Blue Beetle is rumored to be 2 minutes and 27 minutes, or God, I already messed that up. 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Sorry, I was reading what they said. The trailer is rumored to drop next week. So we might be getting a Blue Beetle movie trailer next week, and it's going to be clocking in at 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Nice. It's a rumor. I remember there was hearing about it. George Lopez was like, Mira watcha, yeah. Blue Beetle, Mira watcha. Yeah, I'm sorry. I used to watch a lot of George Lopez show. But yeah, he did say something about that on, I think he posted something about Instagram too, talking about the trailers coming soon. But yeah, the new rumor right now, I'm not sure the source of it, so I was just kind of going, okay, I hope so. That'd be kind of nice to get that Blue Beetle trailer. So, but yeah, it's going to be like about 2.5 minutes and should show some really cool stuff, hopefully. There's been some promo art that's been out there. Some of it looks very Spider-Man-esque, just the way that he's leaping through the air. Looks very much Spider-Man poses, and a lot of people are going to probably, you know, make comparisons to that. I already know that's coming. You know, it's just the way that it is. Yeah, I don't know. It's just all crazy. It's just all crazy. James Gunn posted this right here. So basically just, I guess you could just pick, look at all he's putting into this right here. I mean, obviously, I don't know exactly where this image is coming from, but he posted this without any caption, right? Did he post a caption? No, he didn't post a caption. He just posted all this stuff he's teased, stuff he's already talked about. So yeah, basically showing maybe the DCU that's going on right here. So all right. Are we gonna get some Black Canary? What's going on here, huh? Shazam still here? We're gonna get some Jonathan Kent Superman. What's going on? We got Deathstroke right here. What? What's going on? Guess we'll see. But that's what he posted earlier today. And then we got Hugh Jackman right here, giving some shit to Ryan Reynolds and his crush color. That's hilarious. I like the fact that these two go back and forth. And then of course we got Hugh Jackman still working out, getting that Wolverine shape. But I noticed you guys have seen me wear this very same shirt. Awesome shirt there, Hugh. Yes, I have that shirt. And I was like, oh, crap. There you go. I got that shirt. Everybody loves that shirt. Anytime I wear that shirt, I always get the ha-ha kind of thing. If I go, like, you know, out somewhere, go to the store or something, everybody always goes, like a shirt, man, like a shirt. But yeah, that's right. Hugh Jackman has good taste in shirts. All right, we'll be talking about that. And this kind of sucks too, because we were kind of wondering about this, but in an interview with Jake Takes, actor Bill Skarsgård confirmed that he will not return as Pennywise in Welcome to Derry, the prequel series to It, the Thing that does not yet have a premiere date. Yeah, there's going to be a prequel series for It that's going to be called Welcome to Derry, and apparently Mr. Skarsgård is not going to be playing Pennywise, even though he did a really good job. I mean, here's his audition tape right here. This is before he did that real creepy little smile thing that he created for it. But yeah, remember that whole little, the way that he like dips his lip and the way that he smiles like Pennywise?
What do they call you?
But yeah, you can see his audition right there. Full circle. Zack Snyder posting Miss Christina Wren right here. Of course, who knocked it out? Miss Ferris right here. Miss Ferris, who eventually could have turned into something else, but we didn't see that happen. But he posted this today. And again, guys, don't freak out. This does not mean she's going to show up. I mean, she might. But that was one of the things I did ask him on Friday, was when he's teasing all these images that he has right here of all the Man of Steel actors. That's what he's been doing right here. He said it's not necessarily... It's not because they're actually showing up to the panel, so, but some of them might, and you never know, she might be. So Timothy Chalamet as Pennywise, stop it. You don't have to cast him in everything, do we? No, we don't have to do that. Our Starfire, yeah. Looks like a joke. I know, that's the thing. And I think somebody actually said that he should play the Joker, Skarsgård, should play the Joker in the DCU. And I'm like, that's a little too on the nose. It's a little too on the nose. He's been, I mean, there's fan art out there. You could find some fan art of Bill Skarsgård as the Joker. And, you know, I'm like, it's just a little too on the nose. He already played one clown. Does he need to play another? I don't think he would. I don't know if he'd actually want to do that. So I'm just saying. You know, give him something else. Let's not have him be typecast as a clown. What's going on, Tech 502? Good to see you, Central America. Hi. All right, let's talk about Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck. Of course, he's promoting Air, so he's been making the rounds. We already saw that the premiere was on Monday night, and we saw Ben Affleck's Spanish. And, of course, they made the rounds and talked about that. Looking forward to the movie. I'm hearing that it's actually pretty great. I mean, we're all hearing, and it's not like I'm getting that from we're all hearing that it's actually great, coming from, like, South by Southwest and all that stuff. So, you know, that's good. But he was on a recent podcast, and I'm going to bring this up right here. So he was on a recent podcast. It was the Smartless podcast with Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett. And Will Arnett, hey, some Batman love right here. But yes, so I'm going to go ahead and do this right now. I'm going to put this out there. Spoiler alert! You've been warned. You don't want to hear stuff that when it comes to The Flash that Ben Affleck says, but, you know, it's just kind of cool to hear him talk about it. Hear him talk about this right here. So, here we go.
For The Flash, and everybody was like freaking out when you came on the screen.
You know what? That movie's good.
I hear it's amazing.
That movie's
It looks
really
good.
I hear
that
they made a good
Yeah,
one.
I love that.
And it's my best shit I've done. I finally figured out how to play the guy.
No, really?
I got it.
For real?
I was like, hold on. I quit. I know I quit. And I know I came back to it. But I got it now. It's like, you know, you do the audition and you're on your way home and you're like, no.
Wait, what was the moment? Why did the penny drop? What happened?
I mean, I don't want to give a spoiler, but it was a scene where I get caught. I get saved by Wonder Woman
Again.
during a conflagration with some bad guys.
Yeah.
And she saves me by. I mean, I'm sure I'm like the spoiler, you know, DC assassins.
She saves you some
She
way.
saves me with the lasso of truth.
Yeah. Sure.
And so what happens is that Batman divulges, you know, some of his real feelings.
Yeah.
About his life and his work. And
it helps you see the character, and now you want another chance to play it.
And I was like, wait a minute, I got it. Am I still, wait, can I, guys?
Are we still rolling? Can we write another
story of my fucking life?
By the way,
love that.
Ben, one time I remember
Story
years
of my fucking
ago,
life.
and I asked him about it. I remember Alec Baldwin told.
So there you go, guys. Yes. I mean, we already knew that Wonder Woman was going to be in The Flash, and those reports that said that her cameo or her scene or whatever the fuck, those reports of those reports of her that, you know, that her scene got cut out of the Flash movie, bullshit, not happening. There's no way that they're gonna be pulling that. No way at all. So we're gonna see a reunion of, you know, 2/3 of the Trinity. That's right. We're gonna see a reunion of 2/3 of the trilogy of the Trinity, where Ben Affleck's Batman and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman are gonna be in a scene together. And of course, apparently, he gets his ass saved by her again, because let's face it, that happened, of course, in Batman vs Superman, and it's gonna be from the Lasso of Truth, which I think that's pretty awesome right there. So then the Lasso of Truth just kind of like, I guess he starts saying some stuff and saying some certain things and just being like, oh my God, this is how I feel, my true feelings and whatever the hell. And I'm just kind of going like, whoa, okay, that's going to be an interesting scene. It's like, all right, does Ben want to do more now? Does Ben want to do more? And I saw somebody in the chat that said, so Snyder's direction was the wrong way? No, it wasn't. It was leading to this. That's the thing. It was leading to this. Just like Henry Cavill's Superman was leading to that optimistic, hopeful Superman that we pretty much got in Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's the thing. It's all Zack likes to break down these characters, break them down, and then flesh them out and tell their stories to get them to the point where they're these heroes. Okay? He wants them to start off. He wants to start telling the story when they are just like fresh, either fresh. When it comes to his Superman, it was like a fresh Superman that made a lot of mistakes and was getting backlash from those mistakes. When it came to Batman vs. Superman. Then, of course, he dies. He sacrifices himself for the human race, even though half the human race does not like him, but he sacrifices himself. And then, of course, he comes back, and then he's that Superman now. He's that Superman that people were looking forward to. There are people that turned 180 turn when it came to Henry Cavill Superman. Yeah, he's too dark, he doesn't smile and stuff like that. It's like, no, he turned. They turned him. When it came to Ben Affleck's Batman, you even saw that too. I mean, look at how dark he was in BVS. And then he had hope, Alfred, hope. He was more hopeful, okay? But then even like later on, he could end up being even more hopeful. Like, oh my God, you could actually get into the psyche of his Batman. I think that's what Ben is talking about right here, okay? He's not saying that Snyder was wrong. No, not at all. You know, just like Wonder Woman. I mean, at first, when it came to Zack Snyder's Wonder Woman, I mean, he posted that image where she was like a ruthless killer and had a bag of heads at one point. You know, it's just, but the fact of the matter is you got to collaborate with other artists. You got to collaborate with other filmmakers. And, you know, even, again, Zack talking about how proud he is of all his characters that are still going and still having their movies come out. He's proud and talked about The Flash. And I'm sure it sounded like that he's looking forward to the Flash movie to see what happens in it, because obviously it's building on what he set the groundwork for. So I wouldn't say that, but I will say, though, that I'm pretty sure that Ben Affleck is probably going to say that the costume, the Bat costume that he wears, is probably the most comfortable one. That's what I heard a while ago. My buddy told me that, talking about like one of the reasons why that, but if he was going to come back, he was like, give me a costume that is not so constrictive and heavy and blah, blah, blah. That's why I know some people don't like the Flash costume that he wears, but Ben Affleck's comfortable. He's comfortable in that costume. I mean, look at this image right here. You could tell, even though that's, you know, probably the stuntman that's in that costume, but still, you could tell that costume right there looks a little bit more comfortable, okay? And like I said, he's doing the bat dance. Okay? Don't look at his junk, okay, you perverts. Don't look at his junk. I know it's hard not to because he's just totally just putting it out there, but I'm just saying, that costume looks a lot more comfortable than the previous costumes that he wore. For sure, even though the BBS costume is just top tier. It's just way up there. I don't know how that's ever going to be defeated, but hopefully maybe somebody will eventually. But you better believe that thing was not comfortable to wear. This looks a little bit more comfortable right there. So, but yeah, so Ben Affleck just raving about it. We've heard about this before, and then of course, naturally, you know, you're gonna get those, you gotta get the people, like especially the Make the Batfleck movie crowd, of course, is just going to continue on with their campaigns, totally ignoring what Ben Affleck said in a THR interview where he was just not wanting to do it anymore. And the fact that he was eventually going to do what he was eventually going to, make that his own Batman movie. But we forget, they forget too that his close friend of his, which is probably Matt Damon, said, "You will die if you make this movie." So it's just one of those things where Ben Affleck's in a spot right here where he wants to make the movies that he wants to make, where he's not having to work on something for 2 years. I mean, he said that, expressing that he's not going to be making any films for James Gunn in the new DCU. So, the whole thing about him coming back and making the Batfleck movie, as much as, of course, we would love to see it, but I'm just kind of hoping, can we take that story and put it somewhere else? Are there going to be elements of that in Brave the Bold? Who knows? But I would love to see that in a graphic novel or in a animated or something like that. Can we do that? But the fact of the matter is like, Ben is just really happy. I played a video on Monday when he talked about how happy he is right now, where he could be close. He could still be with his kids when he wants to be. He doesn't have to be working, and he's working on movies that he wants to work on and everything. So, but it's just funny how he felt like when it came to the writing of The Flash, he was like, oh, okay, That's the character right there. Damn it. After all the struggles I went through in all these movies, I finally got the character. And then, of course, he said, and then he raved about the movie. Okay, that's good too. It's good to hear that. It's good to hear that. I'm telling you, there's something about this Flash movie. I think this Flash movie is going to be, it's probably going to be the #1 CBM of the year. I'm just saying. Just because with each thing that we keep hearing about this, and now we got Ben Affleck like on a podcast cussing and everything and talking about his character. I mean, sure, obviously you're going to fluff up the movie, but at the same time, I'm like, just the way that he said it, you felt it. You felt when he talked about how good it was, just the way he sounded in his voice. So I'm just kind of going, man, it's going to be interesting to see the reaction to this. It really is. It's really going to be, I just can't wait to see the reaction. I can't wait to see the movie, but man. So there's Ben Affleck talking about that. And then, of course, it's like, yeah, Gal Gadot's going to be in it. Is she going to actually promote it? She didn't promote the Shazam 2 cameo. I don't know if she's going to promote this one. If she doesn't promote this one, yeah, she is definitely done. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. The Shazam cameo was cool, but this sounds cooler because it's her and Batman. It's like, come on. So, and her saving his ass again, I kind of like that. So it sounds like this is going to be a cooler cameo, but is Gal going to promote it? She didn't promote the last one. She said nothing about the Shazam cameo. So I don't think she's going to, but there you go. Ben Affleck talking about this right here. She probably done with her. Yeah, she's done. I agree, Dave. DC could win against Marvel. Yeah, I really think that the Flash is going to do some business, and I think people are going to be like pretty impressed by it. I think it's going to be something unique. It's got the nostalgia effect. It's got some good VFX. It's got 2 Batmen. It's going to be, I think this movie could, potentially be something pretty big. It's going to be a win. Let's face it, DC needs a win. Big time, okay? Black Adam, underperformed. Shazam, way underperformed. So DC needs a win badly. And I think the Flash is going to give them that first big freaking win that they've been looking for, because it just seems like the past couple of years, it just hasn't been that much. I mean, I would say Zack Snyder's Justice League getting released was a big win, and everybody was raving about that. But yeah, I think, it's going to be the first big win when it comes to DC. They need a big win, and I think this one's going to be it. I think it's going to be it. Well, but then, of course, I forget about The Batman, which we're going to be talking about right now. That was a win, too. But I'm talking about when it comes to, like, a big win. I see The Flash crossing $1 billion. I just see that. Just with everything. I can see it crossing $1 billion. But, again, I hate that that's always, like, the goalpost is always $1 billion. But, oh, yeah, The Batman. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we mustn't forget about The Batman, because that was a win, critically and financially. And now we're talking about The Batman too, because, this is what's crazy, okay? Because Clayface, who would not want to see a live action Clayface? It'd be pretty awesome, okay? We've talked about it. And obviously, when we talk about the Clayface that we know, the big monster, that changes shapes, shapeshifter, does all kinds of things. Pretty fantastical. So when it comes to that character, you think, okay, it's not going to show up in Matt Reeves' Batman. That would be more for the DCU Batman. Makes sense, right? Of course it does. Yes, absolutely. And again, we've talked about, if you watch Batman the Fanimated stream with me and Scott, we've talked about that episode, a couple episodes when it comes to Clayface, and we've talked about that character and where he'd actually fit. So we have Mike Flanagan, who has talked about doing, I guess you could say, a movie about Clayface. And I think that would actually work, because you can actually have it as a horror element. And I thought, when we heard about this news the first time, I thought that would be a good idea for an Elseworlds project like the Joker, if they want to continue on doing Batman Rogues Gallery villains and have them in the Elseworlds world. It's like, okay, yeah, have a horror movie by Mike Flanagan and have him create something with this Clayface monster. So here's a Deadline article right here. Mike Flanagan pitches pick on Clayface to Warner Brothers DC The Dish. Okay, exclusive. Dr. Sleep, filmmaker Mike Flanagan has pitched a feature version of Clayface over the studio. Several sources tell Deadline, however, no word on green light yet. And the studio has not said no. There are no offers and no deals. Though typically a DC supervillain in a Flanagan pick, should it move forward, he wouldn't be a bad guy. So we hear. Obviously, you got to make it somewhat of a good guy. So kind of just talking about that in this article right here. And then it said, that said, other sources are telling us that scripts are constantly changing and that Clayface is a big addition to Matt Reeves' The Batman 2. What? Get the hell out of here. What? Let's wait until the dust settles here and something moves forward. It remains to be seen whether Clayface is a connection between the Batman 2 Elseworld and Gunn and Safran's feature and series sprawling DC's God and Monsters Chapter 1. Wow! Crazy. So then I'm like, okay, let's start thinking about this one here. Obviously, if we're thinking about the Clayface that we all think about when we hear the name Clayface, we think about, animated series, the games, and, just the way that the character is now. But we must not forget, and we talked about this on Batman the Fanimated Stream, that first episode when it came to the Clayface Part 1 and Part 2. We talked about this, Scott and I. We talked about this because mustn't we forget that when it came to that character, that's when they revamped Clayface, okay? We obviously think about the big monster, and that's in Batman the Animated Series, they revamped the character because it was not like how the character was first brought onto the page when it came to the comic books. He was not like that, okay? They took elements. There's been 3 Clayfaces, I think if I'm remembering correctly. So there's been Mr. Carlo and then Mr. Hagen, and Basil Carlo was the actor. He was the actor that was like losing his shit, becoming a madman. And then, of course, we had Mr. Hagen, Matt Hagen, who the character ended up being. And like they kind of combined that in Batman the Animated Series where he was the actor. And, of course, you watch the episode. The first part is just magnificent. It's top tier Batman the Animated Series. So they could really, but if they were to go with this version right here, when it comes to the Basil Carlo version of Clayface, I mean, essentially it's just the actor who loses his shit because the fact of the matter is like they're going to be remaking some of his movies and he becomes this like serial killer, and obviously there's some things that happen to him as well. I mean, you could take something right here and use that, and this definitely fits in Matt Reeves' universe. This could definitely fit in there. First the way, then clay, wig, and finally the hat and cape and place of the face of Carlo, the grotesque one of Clayface. The world will once again hear of me. Totally fits in his world. Totally fits. And there's another thing that somebody was actually talking about on the Twitter that I'm going to bring up. Mr. Boba Talks. He was actually pulling some things up because he's a big Batman fan, and he was pulling up this stuff right here. I mean, he pulled up, somebody actually made some fan art of what a Clayface could look like in Matt Reeves' world, and I think this is absolutely excellent. Look at that right here. Look at this. Look at how grotesque and creepy that looks right there. You could have something like that. And he even talked about, if we get Matt Reeves adapting Clayface in this epic crime saga, it would very likely be, as he describes himself, unwinding the fantastical and see, well, how could they make sense here? That would give us an original Golden Age Clayface. So people need to look at that Golden Age Clayface. And this is from Jackson Durr right here. Incredible job. So we talked about that. So you can actually see something like that fitting in Matt Reeves' world. That's what I was really digging about the whole Mr. Freeze thing. I'm like, how can Matt Reeves break down the fantastical of that character and fit it into his world? And when it came to Clayface, again, we're all thinking about the Clayface that we know and love now, that Batman the Animated Series revamped, but we don't think about that Golden Age Clayface because we just don't think about it. We don't think about that Golden Age Clayface. And I think Matt Reeves would be thinking about that Golden Age Clayface right there. And it absolutely fits into his world. And I'm down for it. I actually hope that that's the case. But of course, Mr. Mike Flanagan did say that, hey, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes here, people. Pump the brakes. Let me pull up his tweet right here. I can't find it. Where's his tweet? What's his freaking Twitter handle? Hold on. Mike Flan. There we go. There it is. Right there. Responding to Clayface. The news today is entirely speculative. Speculative. When or if something like that ever becomes real, I promise I'll tell you guys. Smiley face. Huh. That's a little interesting. So it's like, where's this going to play? Where could he place? It could be very well an Elseworlds type movie in the vein of Joker. Or it could be a Matt Reeves universe. I don't know. Or you can add the fantastical version over here in the DCU. Can't wait. I just think it's time for Clayface to be in cinema. And hopefully we'll get that soon. I guess we'll see. Interesting, right? I only knew the Clayface. Exactly. You got to look at that golden age. Like I said, that version was revamped in Batman the Animated Series. They had to revamp Clayface. But originally it was just like a dude driven mad because, and it was very much like the Hagen character in there. It was very much like that where he was losing his shit and becoming like an actor that was no longer getting parts and everything like that. So yeah, it's different. It's different. So very much different. Jason Momoa and Aquaman. Oh boy. Well, we got a new interview with Jason Momoa talking about well, he of course is promoting Fast X, and he's talked about it recently. He's talking about like where if Aquaman does in fact fit in the DCU. Thank you, Mr. Seek, right here. If Hush is in the sequel, maybe he works with Clayface to mess with Bruce. Yes. Have Clayface pretend to be Tom. Ooh, see, this is why I love Seek. This is why I love you, bud. And, I'll be hitting you up if you want to be coming on the Vodka stream on Friday. This is what I love about Seek. I love about his brain. This is why I can have like hours and hours of conversations with him, because he knows he's an idea man. He definitely is an idea man when it comes to all this. I like that idea, Seek. I absolutely like that idea. So yeah, see, something like that right there. Something like that right there. I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting when Matt Reeves does. It's going to be interesting. And then if there's probably going to be a Harvey Dent element to it as well. Just going to be very interesting. No. Your brain's... I get it, Seek. Like, yeah, there's certain aspects, but at the same time, your nerd brain is very much... is golden. It's golden. It's a crystal nerd brain, my friend. It's a crystal nerd brain. Jason Momoa thinks Aquaman will be absolutely involved in the DCU's future. Oh my God. Does he really? He's confident. After new DC Studios heads James Gunn and Peter Safran unveiled their future DCU plans, Jason Momoa's future as Aquaman was left up in the air, or in the water. Anyways, the character is not currently part of the DCU Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters lineup, despite Momoa reprising his role in Aquaman 2: The Lost Kingdom later this year. However, in an interview with Total Film Magazine in the new issue with Fast X on the cover, Momoa shared that he's confident Aquaman will remain a big part of DC's future. This is where it gets interesting. Peter's my producer on Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom, and is a dear friend. Another dear friend. What? Why are all these people friends with the enemies, right? I absolutely think Aquaman will be involved in the DCU. It's on, bro. There's no There's no one bigger than Aquaman. Well, okay, but you made him badass for sure, you and Zack Snyder. But also, and James Wan. But also, I hope people are excited to see the new one. It's fun. I really enjoy doing comedy. Whoa, no! Comedy? You had to say the C word, huh, Jason? Oh boy. There's some really funny stuff with Patrick Wilson. I really adore him. We had a great time working together. It's like we're brothers. Well, yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff happening in this one. There you go. And then, of course, Momoa has been open. Yeah, we don't need to know more about that stuff. Notice, though, how he said Aquaman. Aquaman, not Jason Momoa, but Aquaman will be a part. See, that the wording right there kind of makes me go, I don't know. Does that mean you was Aquaman, or are you going to be playing like Lobo or some shit, dude? I don't know. And then the comedy. Yeah, it's like, ooh, all right. Hey, if it's good buddy stuff, then I'm fine with it. I mean, if there's a good chemistry between, we saw chemistry between them two in the first one, but they were more enemies. If they're going to be more, the brotherly love, but also kind of hate each other kind of thing, then sure, that could be something cool. But yeah, just very interesting. But yeah, I just noticed the words that he chose, that Aquaman, not Jason Momoa, but Aquaman is going to be a part of that. So there you go. What are we thinking? Yeah, Jason Momoa is funny. So they didn't specify, right? We deserve a better version of Thor. Yeah, see, Stephanie T, you're thinking some good things right there, because it very much would be like that with Orm and Arthur. Could have a very much a Loki and Thor vibe to it, but better. Yeah. It's like, can it be better? Hopefully it could be better. That's all we can hope for, is like, it could be better. It could be better. Trying to think, yeah. It could be better. It could be better. The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 5. Now, I admitted that the last episode was my favorite of the season. I don't think I said the season. I didn't mean my favorite episode of the whole thing. God, no. This season has been lighter. That's for damn sure. I will say that. It's been a little lighter, and it's still, sometimes it feels like it's much of the same, but I do like the directions that it has taken by going like different, we got this character over here and blah, blah, blah. But when it came to last episode, I thought, oh man, there's a lot of action, a lot of cool shit that's going on right here. We get to see when Grogu got rescued by a Jedi, which of course was Mr. Best, who was playing Jar Jar, and now he was a Jedi. And I know some people are like hating on that, which I'm like, whatever, it's fine. I mean, I'm not saying like, I get some of the complaints, but I'm like, I still thought it was, it's fine. But then of course we've got Bo-Katan, who has a little secret of herself, and there's always, it just seems like they're leading to something when it comes to Bo-Katan. Every episode seems like it ends with like, What? Something with you is going to happen at, season finale. Even with this one, something interesting happens. I won't say what it is at the end of this episode with her. And it was kind of like, what? But this is a badass episode because the Mandalorian do a lot of kick-ass stuff. I mean, yeah, they rescued the kid from the big dragon bird thing in the last episode, which I thought was really cool. But this episode, they were like dropping in and taking out some people, and then getting on the good side of what's his name, Carl Withers' character, and I thought it was cool. Not much Grogu, which I'm fine with because he's cute and all, but man, when he starts doing the flippies, it just looks a little awkward. It does. It's like, it's practical. I'll give it that. I like the practical effects, but sometimes I'm just kind of like, stop making him do flippy floppies. I mean, it just doesn't look, it looks funny. But in this one, it was just like, he was there, and they cut to him every now and again, but mainly it was about the Mandalorian just being some badasses, man. So, but yeah, Bo-Katan is going to be doing some more things. Obviously when it comes to the Mandalorian, they lost their planet, so now they're just kind of like in this cave. But now it seems like, hey, they're being those badasses. But then, of course, they mentioned another character that we haven't really talked about in this episode at the very end, when a certain X-Wing fighter finds an abandoned ship. Oh, sorry. I think I said a little too much right there. All right. I'm going to end it right there, but there's another character that gets mentioned, and I was like, oh, well, there we go. There you go. That character coming back? Sweet. Should hit the spoiler alert on that one. But, you know, there's really nothing. Mandalorian is DOA. That's not DOA, but I don't think it's going to last too much longer. This could be the last season. Season 1 was definitely the best one. So far. All right, let's read some questions right now. I did post on YouTube, so I posted this on YouTube. So let's see if anybody responded on YouTube. Let's see if we get some good questions or comments, right? Oh, man, I tell you what, it's been... Yeah. Oh. Sorry, I was just seeing something right there. Anyways, okay. All right, let me go over to YouTube. Oh, we got 5 comments right here. Let's see what the YouTube people have to say. And it doesn't look like it's just 2 comments and people responding to one of them. All right, so Hexna says, do you think we'll ever get to see Jared Leto's Joker again? Hopefully in the Ayer cut. I don't think we're going to see him in the DCU. I don't think James Gunn likes Jared Leto. We've already kind of seen that before. And, you know, that also kind of makes you worry about, will the Ayer cut ever come about? But, yeah. I think the Ayer cuts are our last hope to see more Jared Leto Joker. But you never know. You never know. Tiger Mac, what villain would have been cool for Ben Affleck's Batman to face in a solo movie? I say Killer Croc. Well, I mean, I did like the whole Deathstroke thing, but I would have liked Scarecrow, like a legit Scarecrow. I think that would have been cool, especially when you have, like, you know, the way Zach was handling him in Batman vs. Superman, and, like, you could see, like, you know, the nightmares that he was having. I mean, imagine capitalizing on that, Scarecrow really fucking with his head like that, with some of the dreams that he was having and everything. I think a really cool, like, even though we saw Scarecrow, of course, in the Nolan stuff, but that was like, you know, that was a very grounded Nolan version of that character, which was totally fine for that world. But I wanted to see, like, that Arkham style fucking Scarecrow, you know? Still remember that level where you're in that nightmare and there's that big Scarecrow with the needles as fingers and shit, like looking like Freddy Krueger almost, and you're trying to get through the level and you're just like in this crazy nightmare. Imagine something like that on the big screen. Oh. All right, let's get to the Twitter questions. Make sure everything's all gravy. All right. Should be good. All right. We got Doink Doink. We already knew Batfleck was in the Flash since 2021. All right. Doink Doink is Doi Doi. Yes, I know that. The whole thing was just talking about his Batman. All right. Moving on. Darkness Under the Wind. Leave it. Dave, if Clayface does show up in the Batman 2, would you want his role to be big or small? I don't want it to be big. I do want it to be big. Carlos E., what do you think of the CGI on Shazam 2? I said that in my little first reaction and my review. I actually thought the VFX were really good. I thought the VFX were good in Shazam. That's just David F. Sandberg being an awesome director. We got Eric M. Blake. Ay caramba, muchacho. So you've been saying since Zach said James is a buddy that if there's any hope of the restored Snyderverse, it'd be due to Gunn. Well, that'd be one of the reasons, because he is co-running DC Studios. So, care to embellish on that? Well, I basically already said that. I mean, it's like the fact of the matter is like he is co-running DC Studios. So it would be, obviously, if there was going to be some kind of something where a continuation of the Snyderverse, James Gunn would be a part of that decision making because he is the co-CEO of DC Studios. Okay? And then you got Zaslav, and you got Pamela Abdi, you got Michael DeLuca, you got all these guys. Hopefully they all get along. Anyways, Andrea, what's your favorite Zack Snyder movie? Batman vs. Superman. Yep, Batman vs. Superman. Then probably Man of Steel next. Then Watchmen. Then, it's just, yeah. Batman vs. Superman, though, it's just, I watched it, of course, last Saturday, and I just love that movie so much. Just love it. Liz Wonder, here's my here's my question. What is Ben Affleck's phone number? Well, it's 555-6781. Oops, did I say that out loud? No, obviously that's not real. And people, that's funny. So yeah, Liz was wondering. I'm guessing she has a little crush on Ben Affleck. Hey, who doesn't have a crush? Look at that chin. Chin's amazing. Shameless plug, of course. Already talked about this. Watch The Real Anarchy tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, where Ben's going to be talking to Stephen Colbert, that troublemaker, that anti-Snyder troll. Axel, Draga, Dave, you excited for the new TMNT movie, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie? I'm hyped as hell. Yeah, looking forward to it. I think that was strong to go like the Into the Spider-Verse way of that, as opposed to trying to do another live action, which, yeah. Claytalian, am I missing something? Why is everyone saying Gal was cut from The Flash? I don't know why they were saying that. It's just, there's no way that's happening now. If her scene was with Batfleck, it would have no effect on the future of DCU, since it'd be pre-timeline reset, unlike Cavill's Superman appearance, which was apparently after. Yeah, so it's not cut. There's no way that it's cut. Dave, do you think WB will release Aquaman trailer? Do you think they're going to remove Mira from the trailer? Nah. And after you watch John Wick 4, can you ranking of the movies of John Wick? All of them? Yeah, all of them. Also, do you think John Wick 4 will reach $1 billion? I don't think it'll reach $1 billion. John Wick 4 might be the best one out of the bunch. I don't know. It's all crazy. Hey Dave, I like that Clayface is in the Batman 2, but I hope he's anti-hero. I thought Reeves wanted to keep his Batman universe grounded with no metahumans. If the door to metahumans is open, does it make more likely that Pattinson's Batman would be in the Gunverse? Pattinson's Batman's not going to be in the Gunverse. Gunn already clarified that. But again, you got to look at Golden Age Clayface. Golden Age Clayface. Given the fantastical nature, this is from Kalamak, the comics god and monster, do you think it'd be more likely to... Yeah, see, that's the thing. Golden Age, and this is what Asire right here says right here. Appeared in Detective Comics number 40, June 1940, as a B-list actor who began his life of crime using the identity of the villain that he had portrayed in a horror movie. Much more that... Yeah, exactly. So... Again, showed you guys this character right here earlier when I was talking about it. And then, yeah, the original Basil Carlo appeared in Detective Comics, and he was doing all that. So, it's Silver Age version. Well, he appeared twice in the Golden Age, but was the inspiration for the shape-shifting Silver Age version. So, there you go. Very much could fit. Very much could fit. Gunn just shot down Grace? Uh-oh! What happened? Do I have to look here? Oh, okay, Steph. Let's see. Let me look at this. Did he just shoot down Grace? Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, let's look at this real quick. All right. Thank you for telling me about that. All right, so we have this right here. I hear they are very close to a Superman casting. Might not be announced for a while, but it could leak. Very, very close. Role might even be cast or in final talks. So that's what she's talking about right there. That's her tweet. I did hear that Gunn was interested in playing up the nerdy part of Clark Kent, maybe through an out-of-box casting choice, but we'll see what he ultimately decides. Could always end up with a more traditional leading man type in the end. Expect a Chris Pratt, funny, relatable, everyman type. Why do you have to say Chris Pratt? She's reading the casting sheet that's been circulating, which is... I've heard that that's out there too. Type, I specifically said type. Chris Pratt is not Superman. That is not the person. Yeah, there's not going to be any Chris Pratt Superman. Fuck no. And then he said, not true. Haven't had a single talk with a single actor about the role, just making private lists, prepping material for auditions. So, yeah, partially not true, I guess you could say. Because it's like, when they're talking about who they want to play, when they give the description and everything, when they're doing like a casting call, that thing is out there. That thing is out there. I haven't seen it, but I've heard that it's out there. I heard that it is out there. So, and that's why he says not true, haven't had a single talk with a single actor. So he's debunking that the character has been cast, So he's debunking that. But I do think that, yeah, he even said just making private lists. So I think that there is somebody, they have people in mind. They have a certain type, certain age. I think that part is kind of like, all right, so not totally untrue. So, but I think when it comes to, who are they wanting, the type, the age, and everything, that is definitely out there because I've heard the same thing. I even said like, hey, give it to me. Let me see it. And sadly, I wasn't given that. But I mean, not like it matters. But I think that is definitely out there. And I think that's what Grace is looking at. And she's just kind of like getting to the point like, oh yeah, maybe it's already cast or something like that. But of course, James Gunn's like, nope. No talks yet. But, we'll talk a little bit more about stuff when it comes to Gunn and his Superman in the members only stream right after this. So if you want to be a part of it, become a member. And, there's a little, little tea that I've heard when it comes to that. But nothing more than that. But, just to wrap up this, and of course, no Film Junkie Live tomorrow, I'll be seeing Dungeons and Dragons. Apparently, it's getting a lot of buzz, so I'm actually kind of going, all right, this actually might be a good movie, so I'll be seeing that tomorrow. But to wrap up this week, I mean, yes, things are still, it's not as crazy today. Yesterday, the past few days have been crazy when it comes to the whole response to the Zack Snyder interview on Friday. And if you haven't checked it out, please do yourself a favor, check it out. It is there. He was on for about 48 minutes. You can watch the entire thing unedited. Because apparently when it comes to some of these dingleberries that are pushing back on it, they are looking at my Film Junkie short of the whole thing when he talks about, when Steven asked him about the selling the Snyderverse to Netflix idea and him praising Warner Brothers. They are not liking that clip at all, and they make it seem like the whole interview does not exist. It's just kind of funny when it comes to that, but it has made the rounds when it comes to the movie blogs and everything, so people are kind of getting a sense of that. And it's just, when it comes to all this madness, I mean, it's all pure madness. I really don't want to fight with people, but sometimes, you got to just be critical, and you see like the information some of these people are putting out. And when they think they have scoops, I mean, literally like some, the people who, the scoopsy daisies that are really like talking all kinds of shit when it comes to that and the clip and everything like that. They're the ones that are trying to scoop SnyderCon and saying like, there's a possibility that the Emerald Cut might be shown. Bullshit. It's just funny. It's just funny. Okay, oh, you're going to give me shit. And then of course, when I push back, oh my God, how dare you? And I'm like, okay, so I can't push back or defend, or I can't say some shit back to you, apparently? I don't know. Apparently I can't. But again, like what I said on Monday's Film Junkie Live, I'm like, when it comes to like the vitriol hate to James Gunn, if you want more Snyderverse stuff, he's part of it. He's gonna have to be part of it. He's running DC Studios. And so the fact that Zack said that he's a buddy, that's a good thing. Now, are they just like constantly talking and always going out to dinner together? No, it's not that they're saying that. He's just saying he's a buddy. And they worked together at one point. They began their careers kind of together, I guess you could say, when it came to Dawn of the Dead. It's all been kind of crazy. But like I said, there's more positivity than negativity. It's all, you know, that's what I always look at, is like there's more positivity than negativity, way more positivity. But yeah, it's not going to ever end because, you know, that movement's going to keep on going, which fine. I'm like, okay, keep on doing it. I'm not saying nobody freaking tweet that hashtag. Tweet that hashtag all you want. It's perfectly fine. I just think it's poorly thought out. I think you have a better shot. Again, I don't know how many times I have to say this. You have a better shot of being under the Elseworlds thing of more Snyderverse stuff with James Gunn and Zack Snyder being buddies. It would have a better shot. But at the same time, I'm just going, do you think Henry's coming back? I mean, Ben, yeah, sounds like maybe he would still be down for some more. Do you think Gal's coming back? Ezra? Ray? Fisher? Jason Momoa, for sure. These people aren't going to drop everything to come back. And what's funny about this whole thing, and the people that are really pushing back against me and Steven and anybody when it comes to all this, is like, okay, so if somehow a miracle does happen, this crazy miracle happens, where Warner Brothers, David Zaslav, James Gunn, Pam Abdi, and Michael DeLuca just go like, yeah, let's just sell this version of Justice League to Netflix, who of course is just swimming in money. If something were to happen where that happens, fine. I would eat the biggest crow possible. You know what's crazy about that though? If that does happen and you could shove it in my face, I'm like, okay, but then I would get to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3? Sweet! Okay, that's pretty cool. I could actually, all right, that's a win. I'll look at that as a win, to be honest. But if it doesn't happen, and all this BS and all this stuff like that, there's no win if it doesn't happen. There's no win. Just kind of thought about that. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'd eat the biggest crow. All of us would eat the biggest crow. And then we'd enjoy more Snyderverse. But if it doesn't happen, there's no W over, okay. Anyways. Just saying when it comes to that. But keep on keeping on. It's fine. Like I said, not worried about anything. It's all weird. Amazon's the only streaming platform that could afford it. Yes, exactly. Or, yeah, they would afford it. Or, like, Warner Brothers would do it. And again, it would have to be like, and I know I can't say the A word, but animation would be the easiest thing. Again, these people they're thinking about what they want. They're not thinking about what the people involved actually want. Zack is like balls deep in his Rebel Moon universe, and he's got a whole other universe that he's also been developing when it comes to the Armyverse. Does he have time to drop everything and work on 2 Justice League movies for 4 or 5 years? That's just not in the cards right now. And again, who's going to drop everything and come back and do that? That's why I was like, if something were to happen, it would be a lot easier if it was animation, because then Zack could appoint somebody to direct it. Jay Leva would be perfect. And then people would come back and do the voices for 1 or 2 days in a booth, get handed some money. You're done. Easy peasy. That's why I was always like, why not do that approach? But no, you can't say the A word. It's either live action, Zack Snyder directing it, and everybody back, or nothing. Well, you're asking for a lot. You're definitely asking for a lot. You know, and that's just me trying to be reasonable, trying to like take that and try to be like, all right, what's the reasonable approach right here that'd be easy for the people involved? These people don't think like that. They want what they want. You know? They want what they want. They don't want what's easy for these people. They want them to drop everything and just fucking spend the next... They want to spend like the next 4 years making these sequels and everything, so... X-Fire, what are your thoughts on the tweet I put on yours? Where's the tweet? I don't see a tweet. Should have just asked it right there. I'm trying to see what is the tweet, or did you send me it? Hold on, did you send me DM? Twitter's been very wonky lately, so I'm just kind of wondering what's going on with that. I don't see a tweet. Did I miss your... Did you put it underneath the... Did you put it underneath the show tweet? Let's see. Looking. Not seeing anything. Oh, here it is. Okay. The restoration of the Snyderverse is plausible, maybe in a different medium, such as animated series or comic book release. Exactly. But I don't think WBD would ever sell its IP. No, they won't. Let's campaign for something more realistic. There you go, X-Fire. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying right here. That's what I'm saying when it comes to all this. So, you know, when Zach shows up on the Vodka stream again, or, you know, we talk to him at the Full Circle event, guess what? I mean, anybody else could say it. We asked the question. Zach gave the answer. He praised Warner Brothers. And yes, he praised Pam and Michael. I know they were like pissed off that I didn't have that in the clip where he named Pam and Michael. Sorry, I thought praising Warner Brothers kind of fell, you know, it was like a blanket thing because they work for Warner Brothers. And then, of course, you know, saying Buddy James Gunn. So nothing wrong with that. There's just nothing wrong with that. But I think now that question, all right. I don't know what else, what we could ask when it comes to that. I think maybe if someone asked that to James Gunn. I don't know. It's all just kind of crazy. But anyways, enough of that. All right, guys, go ahead and smash that like, thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to become a member, become a member. We're going to talk right after this, so members, look forward to the members-only stream on your YouTube timeline. Everybody else, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome for tuning in. Like I said, look forward to my Dungeons & Dragons first reaction review tomorrow. And, of course, you got the Vodka stream on Friday, and yes, I got a couple of guests that are going to be coming on, so should be a good time. And and make sure you can check out Real Anarchy tomorrow. Talk about that. They're going to be talking about more of that stuff. 9:30 Eastern Standard Time with Ben, and of course Steven being the special guest. You guys are awesome. Love ya. Talk to you guys later.